Are you listening?
All right, let's talk about the story you've all been waiting for. This week, we got our first look at the most anticipated next-gen console of all time. That's right, we're talking about the KF console. Yes, Kentucky Fried Chicken has done it and has introduced the KF console, which not only features 4K, 120 frames per second, and cross-platform compatibility, but it also comes equipped with a chicken chamber. Now, I love KFC as much as the next guy, but unfortunately, that is not the console we're here to talk about. In fact, in case you've been living under a rock, this week, Sony introduced us to the PlayStation 5. During a live stream this week, Sony unveiled the future of PlayStation, which not only includes the PlayStation 5, but it also features a ton of exclusive games. But I have to say, I'm kind of bummed that the segment we filmed didn't make the final cut. In fact, I'm sure I can probably share this now, but the Nerf report was supposed to be the honorary grand marshal of the reveal. Our segment was great. Ladies and gentlemen, we are officially 30 seconds away from the reveal of the PlayStation 5. Start your PlayStation 4s. On your mark, get set, go! Now, this event was obviously important for many reasons. Number one, it marked the first time PlayStation broke radio silence to discuss the PlayStation 5. But it was also the first time that PlayStation was able to lay out their roadmap for PlayStation's next gen of gaming and reestablish why they are the current kings of gaming. And I say their roadmap because in many ways, the two major competitors of Sony and Microsoft have different plans of what the next gen really should be. For example, Microsoft and Xbox see the next gen as a general stepping stone in the overall path of gaming. And the new video games will be designed to run on all platforms, whether it be next gen or the previous generation of console. Whereas PlayStation truly sees this next generation as a break from the previous generation of hardware. In fact, Sony has said multiple times that there will be games at launch of the PlayStation 5 that will not be found on the PlayStation 4. And during the reveal, Sony announced some massive games for the PlayStation 5. In fact, there were over 26 brand new games announced. Games like a standalone Spider-Man Miles Morales game, Ratchet & Clank Rift Apart, Bethesda's new game Deathloop, the hack-and-slash looter Godfall, Sackboy: A Big Adventure, that's right, Little Big Planet is making a comeback, a remastered edition of Demon's Souls that has been built from the ground up, and Horizon 2 Forbidden West, which just looks incredible. And Sony announcing games like that for the PlayStation 5 was so important, because in many ways, PlayStation is reestablishing that PlayStation is the best place to game. You want a game like Horizon 2? PlayStation. You want games like The Last of Us Part 2? PlayStation. You want a game like Spider-Man Miles Morales? PlayStation. Sony essentially told the industry, if you like all of the exclusives that you got during the PS4 life cycle, you haven't seen anything yet. Which finally brought us to the reveal of the console, in which Sony not only gave us a first look at one, but two next-gen consoles that they would be launching this year. The PlayStation 5 along with the PlayStation 5 Digital Edition, with the Digital Edition eliminating the necessity of a disc drive and allowing gamers to download their games directly from the PlayStation Network. Sony also revealed new hardware like a brand new 3D audio wireless headset, an HD camera, a media remote, and a wireless DualSense controller. But quite possibly the most interesting thing about this PS5 reveal is how powerful just one press conference has been. I mean, think about it. Microsoft has spent nearly the last year getting their player base hyped for the next gen. They revealed the console, gave out specs, announced cross-gen compatibility. They showed games running on the Xbox Series X. And in 1 hour, PlayStation was able to volley the ball right back to Microsoft as if none of the things that they announced mattered, which is going to make Microsoft's next move extremely interesting. Because Sony and Microsoft are offering two different views of this next generation. This is bigger than the console war. This is, what future do gamers want for the next gen? Do gamers want to be able to play downscaled versions of next-gen games on their current consoles, or do gamers want to justify their purchase of the next-gen hardware by having access to games that can only run on that console? Games that utilize your next-gen hardware to its fullest potential without being held back from previous generations. For me, that is going to be the biggest question leading into the launch of the PlayStation 5 and the Xbox Series X. Thanks again for checking out our channel. You know, if you like what you saw and you want more Nerf Report in your life, 3 things you should do. Hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and follow us on TikTok. Yeah, it's not just weird girls and weird boys doing dances. We're posting daily gaming news. Have your mom, your grandma, your dad, or even your brother follow us on TikTok right now.